You wanted the best. You've got the best podcast. The hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
Hi, folks. It's Voss here from thechrisvossshow.com, thechrisvossshow.com. Hey, we're going to do another great podcast. We certainly appreciate you guys tuning in. Be sure to refer the show to your friends, neighbors, relatives. Tell them to sign up and subscribe to the Chris Voss Show. It's syndicated like everywhere, like seriously everywhere. Like when I Google it, I'm like, who the hell are these people? But yeah, everywhere. Amazon, from Spotify to iTunes to Pandora, the Chris Voss Show, you can subscribe to just about anywhere and listen on your favorite platform. That sounded like an ad, didn't it? Also go to youtube.com/Chris Voss. Hit the bell notification button because it gives you that special feeling. Like even if you hit the bell notification, you can hit it again and then make sure you hit it again so you resubscribe. But it just gives you this feeling that washes over you that you're just like, I belong to something much bigger than myself and a place that loves me and doesn't judge me. What better place could that be than the Chris Voss Show? Go to YouTube or goodreads.com/Chris Voss. All the groups we have on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, all the places all those kids are at these days. Today, we have a most amazing guest on the show. His name is Jason Hayes, and Jason provides a management lead on consulting, marketing, and sales, providing comprehensive advisory services, which include strategic collaboration with developers, owners, and architects, the creation of compelling brands and marketing position, advice on creation of distinctive and unique marketing materials, and intelligent, honest, and experienced brokerage. His company, luxuryproperty.com. Welcome to the show. How are you, Jason?
I'm incredibly. Thank you so much for that amazing welcome.
There you go. And did I get the name of your company right, or did I just name the .com?
No, luxuryproperty.com. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. The world's finest homes.
There you go. And I do you have any other plugs you want to do? Because I just did the plug for you on the .com.
No, I quite like the way you've done that.
Yeah, normally I ask people for their plugs, and I'm just like, I think I just said it. You're on LinkedIn and Instagram too, as well. I guess people can follow you there.
You'll find us across all of the social media platforms. On LinkedIn, I'm known as the $1 billion broker because that's pretty much every day of my life, to be fair. But to be honest with you, go to luxuryproperty.com for the world's finest homes. Is that too much of a plug?
There you go. No, that's fine. That's great. In fact, let's talk about it some more. So $1 billion brokerage, $1 billion homes, what was it you said? $1 billion? $1
billion broker.
$1 billion broker. Is that all? Was trillion just not below the mark or something?
I'm not quite. I don't genuinely. I'm still in the billion sort of range. I find trillions just a little bit crass. One shouldn't talk about money. It's quite so much. So I often take the view that if you can count it, you're obviously not earning enough. So yeah, $1 billion broker will work quite nicely.
There you go. As long as the check's clear, right? Trillion, but you're in Dubai, so trillion's probably going to be coming up on the markers.
We're based in Dubai. It's the most incredible place on the planet, and we don't pay tax. So I hope Mr. Biden isn't listening, but guys, come on over. I've got a couple of houses for you.
There you go. Now, you were also based in 25 different markets, to my understanding?
That's right, yeah. So we market homes across 25 different markets. So from obviously the Middle East, where we're headquartered, New York, Los Angeles, London, Miami, Paris, wherever you probably would wish to live, we're marketing homes there, yeah.
So tell me about how you got started in the business. Let's talk a little about you, and then we'll get to the company. How did you get started in this business? What got you in the field of luxury properties?
Look, when I left university, I started my own property company, and I sold that quite successfully in 2007. And I've always been incredibly engaged and motivated by the digital space. And I look at real estate and I look at the digital space and how the two interact, quite simply. And with luxuryproperty.com, it was very evident for me Caribbean at the time, and I was looking to buy a home in Los Angeles. And to be quite honest with you, if you're looking to buy something spectacular, something nice, there's no one digital destination to go to in order to buy that home. And that sort of sprung the idea of, hey, wouldn't it be a really good idea if you had one digital destination where if people were looking for homes of distinction, they could go to and search and click on and find spectacular homes. So through hard work and endeavor and blood, sweat and tears, not quite so much blood. I did want to try and assemble a desk, but I think through hard work and endeavor, we've created something that's quite unique, and we're busy now trying to scale that. And the United States, of course, is on that target list for us.
And property values and real estate is just hotter than heck right now. I see so many people talking about investing in it. There was a limited inventory of homes, and here in America, like just lumber prices are off the chart to build new homes. The new home market, or the home selling market, is huge. I just saw some sort of crazy, I think it was one of those San Francisco fixer uppers sold for $1 million, which I think was $1,000 per square foot. And it's like a junker. It's one of those things that you're going to plow and just rebuild. So tell us about luxuryproperty.com. What a great .com, by the way, because that thing, luxuryproperty.com, boom, right there. Tell us about the website, how it interacts, and how people can either buy or sell or work with you guys on their properties.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we built the website. We started with the wireframes, and we all of the tech, etc. We built. We had a team in India that were helping us do it, and then we outsourced some stuff to Europe. The website enables clients around the world who are looking to sell their homes. It's got an e-commerce functionality, so you log on luxuryproperty.com/advertise. You log on, you upload, create an account. It takes about 3 seconds. Upload your photographs, upload your description, upload your unique content. Does it have a hot tub or a barbecue? If it doesn't have a hot tub and a barbecue, why doesn't it? Does it have spectacular sort of views, or et cetera, et cetera? And then you run your credit card, and for a very reasonable sum, might I say, we go live with your listing. We reach millions of users every single month from the four corners of the globe. And the leads go directly to the advertiser. So really simple model. Sometimes the best ideas are the most simple ones, and the leads go directly to that client. So it could be the person putting the property up, could be a realtor in the United States, or indeed it could be a homeowner as well. We've got a brokerage. Sorry, go ahead. We've got a brokerage business in Dubai. So in Dubai, we're known as Dubai's luxury brokerage, and property prices over here are going crazy across all 25 markets, with the exception of Russia, but we won't mention that. Across all 25 markets, it's going nuts at the moment. Double-digit growth across all markets year to date. And a lot of that's come from the pandemic. A lot of that has come from people living in their homes and then all of a sudden having a little bit of a sort of cognizant approach to what it's actually like to live in a property. For many of us, we get up, we grab a shower, we have breakfast, we dash out the door, we're at work all day, we're having supper, going to the gym, doing whatever. We come home and we go to sleep. We don't actually spend that much time in the property. And of course, what we found has happened is people have been spending more and more time in their homes, and now they're realizing, hey, you know what? I need extra space. I need a home office. I need a gym or whatever it might be that they want in their home. And that's what's fueling the growth, and everyone's worried. I think deep down, we're all worried that we're going to get hit with this pandemic again, and we're going to be stuck with our wives, or we're going to be stuck with our children, and we want more space so that we can get through it better the second time around. And I'm really hoping my wife is not going to watch this podcast. Otherwise, I'm in a whole heap of trouble.
This sounds like a you problem on that one. Yeah, but no, honestly, people have been losing their minds. They're stuck in the homes, and they're dealing with everything. Like we mentioned pre-show, I got a lot of friends that their wives are going, "We're going to get divorced."
Yes, I've done that divide by 2, and it's very expensive, so that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. But I think as well, I think a lot of people are like, I think as well, they've looked deep at themselves, and they've gone, you know what, we're not going to travel, we're not going to go to Cabo or to Whistler or wherever it might be, and they're putting that money that they were spending on consumables back into their homes and upgrading homes accordingly. And we're also seeing a lot of people people coming out of condos because of that multi-living aspect and taking standard homes. So really interesting time. Great. It's a great time to be a real estate broker, I can assure you.
It's really interesting because it's very different than what happened after the 2008 crisis. I remember we get these bags of, what do we call it, jingle mail. People are just mailing in their keys to their home. And what was weird about that was they were keeping their credit cards in their expensive cars. And in the mortgage business, we'd never seen that, where people had flipped the model. And you always need a place to sleep at night. So normally people wouldn't give up their homes, but there was a lot of non-owner-occupied homes, so they were sending those keys in as well. But this is a total flip model, and I think it's going to take a while for inventory to catch up to housing. It's going to probably take 2 or 3 years. Some places like Las Vegas, one of the things that created the boom in Las Vegas real estate wise was construction people took their plans and their stuff they were going to build off the market for 2 or 3 years after 9/11, because they were like, wait, I think we're going to a recession, maybe we shouldn't build, who knows what's going to happen. And that created that housing glut. And now we're doing the same thing, where it's probably going to take 2 or 3 years for that to catch up, if it ever does. Yeah.
Well, that supply demand matrix is always so sensitive, and it's always, the analysis that goes into that is very deep. What's happened with this pandemic is it's thrown all of that analysis out of the window, and people's behaviors have changed. And I think it's going to take some time certainly going to take some time for inventory to come back. And in the meantime, the cost of money is affordable. Mortgage rates are low, and they're not at the lowest they've ever been, but they are hugely attractive. And of course, governments around the world have floated the economies. The British they've ordered more trees in order to print more money at the moment, giving it to anyone.
I think we've done the same here in America.
Yeah. So basically the governments are floating the economy, and the furlough schemes and things that have happened across Europe and again in North America as well, basically means that people were able to keep up their mortgage payments and keep things going. Yeah, it's really fascinating times. It's rather interesting.
Yeah. Now, the aspect that's really interesting about your site is I see here that it has I don't know if this is current, but it's 6 million impressions that it takes and provides to people across the globe there.
That was probably this afternoon's figures. I would imagine it's probably up at 18 million by now. We're hugely busy. When the data sometimes comes through, I'm often challenging my digital director and asking him to double check. We had, I think it was the month before last, we hit 222 countries. Now, my geography isn't that good, but I think that's more than there are countries in the world. And apparently Google have territories that sort of add up. So our reach is very broad, and probably because we're, our brokerage being headquartered here in Dubai, we've got so many international people moving to Dubai. Dubai did a marvelous job of managing the pandemic, and it's a truly wonderful place to live. And I think that's part of the reason that we get so much international traffic, people looking at gorgeous homes over here on the beach.
There you go. And you also have mobile apps that can access your website as well.
Yeah. So we're on the Google Play and the iStore with our apps, and they're hugely popular. We are a prop tech business that does real estate. That's the way we like to think of ourselves. And it's really interesting. The fundamentals behind looking for real estate haven't really changed digitally that much since my first website in 1995. You are first and foremost looking for something in a specific area, a specific type of property, and then you're led by how good the photography is, or how good the videography is, or indeed the 360 walkthroughs and that sort of thing. So we just make sure that we create technical applications that are light and intuitive and with good UX, so that people can very quickly come through, click, book viewings, that sort of thing. So it's all done in-house as well, and it's quite good fun when we're in the middle of changing it and updating it and that sort of thing.
There you go. So you can find properties to buy, rent, short-term, off-plan. You can find different agents to work with, international stuff, no matter where it is. What is off-plan stuff? What is that?
So basically, that's new development projects. So
okay.
Yeah. So over here, we've got probably 150 projects across the city. So they could be towers, or they could be villa communities, or whatever it might be. And it's hugely popular. So you're buying it. So you're probably buying at about 30 or 40% undervalue. So by the time the project gets delivered, there's some significant uplift in capital values at the time of completion. So a lot of people invest in off-plan projects. We're actually doing an event tomorrow evening on an off-plan project. So a really good way to make money. The payment plans for the apartments and things are very attractive.
Wow.
And the yields are great. So like you can generally make about 8 or 9% yield in Dubai, where the rest of the world is probably running at about 3 or 4%.
Wow. Sounds like Dubai is Dubai has always been a crazy sort of setup with the building and everything going on there. So I guess Dubai is really hot. It's really awesome there.
It is the most incredible place on the planet. I'm very lucky to have traveled all over the world with my job and my company. Very lucky to have lived in some amazing places as well, your country being one. And I loved it, albeit they didn't get my sense of humor. But Dubai is amazing. It truly is quite amazing. Everything, world-class healthcare, world-class education for the children, even the speeding tickets arrive on your cell phone. So you're driving down the road and then click, and then next it comes through on your cell phone, you press click and then pay, and it's done. It truly is quite fascinating. And I think everything that we would do in the States or at home in the United Kingdom, we can do over here. Scuba dive in the morning, literally go skiing in the afternoon. We've got our indoor slopes and things.
Holy crap. Oh, the indoor slopes. Wow.
Yeah. So, and it truly is. It's quite an incredible city with zero crime. That's the bit that people don't sometimes understand. Zero crime. You don't have, if I go to my Range Rover now, I bet I haven't locked it, because I've never locked it. I don't even know how to lock it.
Are you serious?
I promise you, there's no crime in Dubai. Zero. So we've got this sort of incredibly tolerant society where there's mutual respect. You're not, strict rules, of course. You're not allowed to swear. You're not allowed to spit. You're not allowed to. If somebody cuts you up on the freeway, you can't gesticulate to them.
Really?
You can't. You'll get into trouble for that. Yeah, it's a great place. It's an incredible city, and there's always so much going on as well. There's always so much going on. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. And of course, we've got Expo happening here in October of this year. So Again, the entire world will be here. Chris, you can come and do your podcast here. We'll host you. I should.
It sounds like I need to move. The only part is the swearing. I'll probably end up in jail the way I swear. Put some sort, when I walk around in public, I'll have to have a sensor mask. Yeah, but that's interesting. I've always been intrigued by Dubai and stuff. Just, you see how far it's going, like the old pictures of when it was just sand, and then how it just... It's just crazy, some of the stuff that it does. So it's just amazing.
The infrastructure projects they do are incredible, truly incredible. About 4 years ago, these plans arrived on my desk, and they were going to put a canal around the heart of the city. And I remember looking at it and thinking, this is something that Victorians would have done. And it would have taken them 100 years to do it. So it was truly quite amazing. And then 5 years later, we're having lunch overlooking the canal, and the canal wraps around the city, and it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I think what they're excellent at doing is their master plan developments. This is what we're going to do, and then they deliver it. And they deliver it in a timely fashion, and they deliver it to the best of standards. And I think that's probably what sets the city apart. And I suppose if we look at Europe, by example, or indeed North America, and we get so in London, by example, Heathrow Airport have been asking for a runway, a fifth runway, whatever it is, and they're going through consultation after consultation after consultation. A decade later, we still don't have the runway. Meanwhile, over here in Dubai, we've built 10 airports.
Holy crap.
That's the sort of difference, to the way that the guys do things here. It's very much a can-do attitude. So for entrepreneurs like myself, it's manna from heaven. It's a sort of hotbed of entrepreneurial spirit.
That is amazing, man. I need to look at more Dubai. Maybe I'll just move there. It sounds like I always liked Vegas, because Vegas is always a lot of fun, and it's always a new town, the way it rebuilds itself. But yeah, it's wow. Yeah, it's a little, Dubai makes it sound like just I don't know, a boring old place.
Like, I love Vegas. It's the most. I think it's Cascata Golf Club is one of my favorite golf courses in the world, just outside of Vegas. And when I come to town, you can see Mr. Steve Wynn rubbing his hands together, thinking, I'm gonna make a fortune this evening because Dubai's incredible. I think it's going to be one. We've handled the pandemic probably better than any country in the world, with the exception maybe of New Zealand and Australia, who've done a rather good job as well. And I think we've got more people vaccinated per capita than anybody else in the world, and our mortality rate is one of the lowest in the world. For the last 6 months, maybe even longer, we've been running and operating. The office has been open. People have been having lunch. People have been doing things. We're still wearing masks. We're still social distancing, but we haven't been on lockdown. I think our lockdown period was about 4 weeks, if I remember correctly, or maybe 6 weeks max.
Wow.
Yeah, so the guys have done a great thing. And then, of course, coming back to the tech side of things, if you were coming out of lockdown, you just went onto the app and you got the permit to go and do whatever you needed to do, etc. So the guys have been really super clever about protecting the nation and protecting the residents that are here with the COVID pandemic. And that's in many respects, what's attracted everybody to the Emirates. And that's what's attracted everybody to Dubai in terms of buying real estate. That and the fact that we don't pay any tax, which is just a minor little thing.
That's definitely a major thing. That's one of the things I always loved about Vegas is they don't have any state tax there. So there's that.
We don't have any tax. It's a 3-letter word. It's banned. Tax. We don't have income tax, capital gains tax, inheritance tax. Nope. We don't.
Nothing at all? Wow.
Nothing at all. There's VAT. So there is VAT at 5%, which is like a value added tax, but no personal income tax or personal tax at all. So if you make $1,
that is rather pleasant, isn't it? Yeah, that's crazy, man. I need to move. Jason, it's been wonderful covering this with you. Anything more we need to know about you and the business and luxuryproperties.com?
Hey, look, luxuryproperty.com. If you're a realtor in the United States and you want to reach the world's audience for your high value home, you need to log on to luxuryproperty.com, click on advertise and watch the video, and it'll show you everything that you need to do. We are going places. I think we're a startup. We're a small little company, and we've gone from 0 to $10 billion worth of listings in a short space of time. And we are definitely heading in the right direction. So one day you will be finding your home on luxuryproperty.com. I'm definitely sure of that.
There you go. There you go. Jason, it's been wonderful to have you on the show. Thanks for spending some time with us today and giving us a lowdown on what you're doing. And everyone should go download your apps and go to your website and check it all out.
Thank you so much for having me. I look forward to seeing you guys here in Dubai for Expo 2021.
I'll definitely check it out. Do you have the .com on the Expo 2021?
I don't have .com on that, unfortunately.
Okay, we can Google it.
Expo.com, I'm sure you'll find it.
Yeah, I've got a book coming out later this year, so hopefully I'll be doing some speaking in Dubai and we'll get a chance to hang out.
I'm looking forward to that, my friend. Really looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Jason. Thanks, my audience, for tuning in. Go to youtube.com/Chris Voss. Hit the bell notification button. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss. Our groups on Facebook, LinkedIn, and all those different places. Thanks to everyone for being here, and we'll see you guys next time.